Welcome to CrispLib, your library of crisp insights, where every summary sparks new imagination. Today we're diving into The Happiness Project by Gretchen Rubin. This book is all about one woman's year-long quest to boost her happiness, and the steps she took to improve her daily life. What makes this journey special is that it's something we can all relate to. Who doesn't want to be happier, right? Rubin shows us that happiness isn't some distant goal. It's something we can work on every day through small, intentional actions. So, what is the Happiness Project really about? The book begins with the author, Gretchen Rubin, realizing that even though her life seemed perfect on the outside, she had a great family, a fulfilling job, and her health, she still felt like something was missing. She wasn't as happy as she knew she could be. Instead of making drastic changes like quitting her job or moving to a new city, she decided to focus on improving the little things in her life that would add up to a bigger sense of happiness. The project lasted a year, with each month dedicated to a specific area of her life. She didn't go about it randomly. She created a plan and set clear intentions. But don't worry, you don't need a whole year to find happiness. The lessons from this book are practical and can be applied whenever you feel ready. In the beginning, Rubin admits something important. Happiness is personal. What makes one person happy won't necessarily make someone else happy. That's why she encourages us to understand ourselves better before we dive into any changes. It's about figuring out what happiness means to you personally, and not following someone else's idea of it. For her, it wasn't about being carefree or having fun all the time. It was about increasing her sense of gratitude, energy, and joy. Let's talk about the first key area she focused on, energy. Rubin believed that to be happier, she needed to have more physical and mental energy. And how do we do that? Through simple changes. She started decluttering her home, which made her feel less stressed and more organized. She also committed to getting more sleep and exercising regularly. These may seem like small things, but the book emphasizes that they make a huge difference in our overall mood and energy. When we feel good physically, our mental outlook improves too. Next, she focused on relationships. Rubin knew that a big part of her happiness was tied to her relationships with her family and friends. She made an effort to improve her marriage by being more mindful of her partner's needs. She learned that sometimes, small gestures like being patient or showing appreciation can have a big impact on how connected we feel to others. It's not about grand romantic gestures. It's about the little things we do every day to strengthen our relationships. The book also dives into the idea of having fun. Rubin realized she wasn't spending enough time doing things that genuinely made her happy. Often, we get caught up in our responsibilities and forget to make time for things we enjoy. Whether it's pursuing a hobby, reading, or simply spending time in nature, the book encourages us to prioritize fun. Because happiness isn't just about productivity or achievement, it's also about finding joy in the simple pleasures of life. Another major lesson from the Happiness Project is about mindfulness and gratitude. Rubin made a conscious effort to be more present in the moment, rather than always thinking about the next task or goal. By being mindful, she found that she appreciated her life more. She also started practicing gratitude, reminding herself daily of the things she was thankful for. When we focus on what's going well instead of what's missing, our happiness naturally increases. The book doesn't shy away from the challenges of trying to be happier. Rubin openly shares that there were days when she didn't feel motivated, or when her efforts didn't seem to be paying off. But she learned that happiness is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, and that's okay. What matters is the intention to keep going, to keep trying to find the small moments of joy and meaning. One interesting part of Rubin's journey was her focus on learning. She found that doing new things like taking on a challenging project or learning a new skill contributed to her sense of happiness. Why? Because when we challenge ourselves, we grow, and growth brings fulfillment. So, whether it's learning a new hobby or taking on a project that excites you, pushing yourself to learn something new can add to your happiness. The book also reminds us that happiness is contagious. When you're happier, the people around you tend to feel happier too. Rubin noticed that by focusing on her own happiness, she was able to spread more positivity to her family, friends, and even colleagues. It's a ripple effect. The happier you are, the more you lift up those around you. One of the most relatable parts of the Happiness Project is Rubin's advice on accepting who we are. Often we think we need to change everything about ourselves to be happier. But Rubin realized that a big part of her happiness came from accepting her true self. Her quirks, her interests, and even her flaws. When we stop trying to be someone we're not and embrace who we are, we naturally feel more content and at peace. As the year of her project came to an end, Rubin realized something powerful. Happiness is something we create, not something we find. It's the small, intentional actions we take every day that build a life full of joy and meaning. You don't have to wait for a big moment or a life-changing event to be happy. It's about being mindful of the present, nurturing your relationships, pursuing what brings you joy, and accepting yourself as you are. So, what can we take away from the Happiness Project? First, happiness isn't one size fits all. It's personal and unique to each of us. The second lesson is that small, daily actions can lead to big improvements in our overall happiness. And finally, remember that happiness is a journey. It takes time, effort, and mindfulness, but the rewards are worth it. As we wrap up, take a moment to think about your own happiness project. What small changes can you make in your life that will lead to more joy and fulfillment? Maybe it's something as simple as spending more time with loved ones or practicing gratitude every day. Whatever it is, start today. Your happiness is in your hands. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the Happiness Project. I hope this summary has inspired you to take your own steps towards a happier life. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and comment below. I'd love to hear how you plan to create more happiness in your life. Don't forget to subscribe to CrispLib for more insightful book summaries. Until next time, keep finding joy in the little things.